So I ran into a little issue here. My diff lock light is always on, even though I am in high range with the diff lock button out. It's still on. So there's a couple easy tests you can do. You can turn the wheel all the way and just drive. If you feel like the truck is binding, then your actuator can be stuck on the lock position. But in my case, I know my diff is unlocked even though the light is still on. So an easy test. So I shut off the car. I'm gonna crawl under there, and there is a switch that tells the computer when the diff lock is on. So I'm gonna unplug that switch, and if this light turns off, then that's a clear indicator that the switch is shorted. You can also unbolt the switch with, I believe, a 27mm socket and put a multimeter to it. With the switch out, it should read infinite ohms, and then with the switch pushed in, it should just read no resistance. It's just an on and off switch. So let's crawl under the vehicle. Once again, we are in high. Diff lock button is pushed out, but the diff lock light is still on. I'm underneath the car now and check for wires that have rubbed through. I do have a long travel rear setup, so I took off the brackets that hold this harness together. So it does have a chance of rubbing through metal like this, but the wires look good. So the switch, this is your diff lock actuator. Your switch is right here. Don't have a lot of room for the camera, but it's right here. If you unplug it, you can see some corrosion in there. With the switch unplugged, the light is now out, so I know the switch is bad. When this light first came on while I was driving, it was kind of dim, and then when the diff would lock, the light would illuminate at full brightness. So I knew it was the switch going out because there must have been high resistance during that time. But this confirms the problem. I'm just gonna replace the switch and the light should go out. This is the part number you're gonna be looking for. Here's the switch that we're gonna replace. It's a 27mm socket. Crack it loose. There it is. I'm gonna go test this thing on the bench and see what's wrong with it. Well, I was gonna take a ohm meter to it, but upon closer inspection, the pins are just bent and there's water and erosion in there. So that's gonna be my problem. Alright, I put some dielectric grease in the connector this time, so hopefully that helps. There we go. The light's off. Let's see if the indicator actually works when it's supposed to. So we'll put it into low. Diff lock on. Look at that. Shut it off. And it goes out. It's fixed.